morning. Today is Wednesday, November the 16th, 2022. It's about 7:20 in the morning and about 50 degrees. Don't know what the next 2 weeks are going to be like. I know Thanksgiving's coming, but we'll find out day by day. Mary's off to his PT, have his exercise. I got to take the truck and go pick up the wild cat that we took to the animal shelter. It was neutered yesterday, so we're supposed to go pick it up today and release it. It's 9 o'clock and I'm here at the animal shelter to pick up the wild cat that's been neutered. Well, there's the kitty, a wild one. They said all we had to do was feed it and then turn it loose, so I'm going to give it, looks like it's had feed in the cage, but I'm going to give it some dry food. Just some kitten food of George's. She goes really wild when you get close to her, but I sprinkled food in there. I don't think she's hungry. And I think she'll survive all right on her own because she has been. She looks healthy, and they gave her a rabies shot, and I think a leukemia shot, so she'll be healthier. We're ready to release the cat. There he goes. She goes. There ought to be a lot of stuff around here she can catch, and there's lots of water. Well, this is the swampy area where we turned it loose. The animal shelter gave it a rabies shot, and I think a feline leukemia shot, and it didn't have the other disease. If it had the bad disease, they would have put it to sleep, but it didn't have it, so they just neutered it and gave it a shot, and now it's free to live its life without having kittens. And there are probably a lot of squirrels and different things that can catch it around here, and lots of water. Well, this is the fat that we had left from the pork loin, and I'm going to try and make lard out of it. I've never done this before. And you're supposed to run it through a grinder, but I don't want to have to clean the grinder, so I'm going to cut it up in really small pieces. I got it all cut in little pieces and ready to cook on the stove. It's not a whole lot. This is just kind of a test. My fat's all cooked down and starting to crackle a little, so it's time to drain it, I think. I'm straining it, and I got some done. It's not going to be much, but at least it'll be, see how we like it. Well, looks like I got maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of lard, and there's the cracklings. And Larry and I tasted them. We decided we don't like cracklings, so I'm going to throw them away. George is up wanting to play. He saw Larry's little hula girl up there moving, and he was trying to reach her. It rained last night and the ground's all wet, so Larry's burning here around this stump. All the brush he cut, the gum. Lots of smoke.
I feel more comfortable with it wet.
We got the hose here too in case it wants to spread.
Stumps I gotta get rid of. I just tripped them in and almost done.
You raked the pine straw all the way around it, so it won't go anywhere.
There's your cat. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty.
Larry picked up a pine straw with a rake and caught it on fire and it moved it over here. It's 50 degrees and the fire feels good. This is Thursday, November the 17th. And we're on our way to town. Larry's got a PT appointment this morning, and then we gotta get a few things of grocery, not many. We're back for Larry's PT. More exercises. This is Laverne and Shirley. I thought I'd show you just how much they've grown. They're still always in a hurry. We had a volunteer cantaloupe come up, and there's just a little one right there, but the frost tonight's going to get it. It's supposed to be 27 degrees, so we covered our cabbage plants and our other potted plants, and the broccoli was already covered, so gets down to 27 or 26. They should be better off now than they would have been. And here in the greenhouse, and the potatoes are growing nicely. Haven't showed them for a while. All up through there. And here's our eggplant. It's doing nicely. And here's the green pepper. It's got some little peppers on it. Here's the other potatoes. These haven't been planted as long, so they're not as big, but I hope they still look this good tomorrow. The strawberries are still alive, and they got a little tiny strawberry there. Another one going to be over there. I think we've got all the worms off of them. Larry cut them, killed them. Good morning. This is Friday, November the 18th. It's 7 o'clock, about 7:10. Temperature is 28 degrees. And this is the water I've got to spray George with if he gets under our feet. Haven't had to use it too much. And it's frozen. You can see the ice. I don't know if you can see this ice there in the bottom. The whole thing is frozen. So that's how cold it is here. And there's just a little bit of frost, not too bad. And it was 42 in the greenhouse, I just checked. We had the heater on in the greenhouse that Bonnie gave us, so that's how come it's 42. Larry and I chopped up the last of the onions we had, the ones we grew this last spring. And so I'm going to put them in the freezer. Got more down there. And kept just a couple to eat. Well, I got all the onions, a fourth of a cup each, in a snack bag. So I'll put the snack bags now in a food saver bag. But it ended up as 6 3/4 cup. And a fourth cup is about right to go in spaghetti or chili on pizza. And if we need more, we can just open another bag. So 6 3/4 cups of onions. Well, the onions all fit in 3 food saver bags. And I kept 2 out to use because I used some on pizza this afternoon probably. Gonna go put them in the freezer. I'm making up more cake mix this morning. I got this recipe from Hillbilly Kitchen. What I do, I've got a half cup of yellow cake and a half cup of angel food cake in there and mixed it up. And then I measure and you put 3 tablespoons of that mixture in a little bag. And then on the bag it says to add 2 tablespoons of water and put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And this is a yellow cake, and I do the same thing for a white cake. And that's all there is to it. Larry comes in, grabs a packet, puts 2 tablespoons of water in it, sticks it in the microwave for 1 minute, and he's got cake anytime he wants it. I've got all the yellow cake done. I'm going to do white cake next. It's important that you use angel food cake in this, or it doesn't work, I don't think. The angel food cake has the egg in it. Anyway, you have to use half angel food cake mix and half what other kind of cake mix you want. And I think the Hillbilly Kitchen has a lot of good recipes. I've got strawberries thawed out, so I'm going to make a cake so I can have strawberry shortcake. So this is my 3 tablespoons of mix. And just put that in the mug. It's hard to do this one-handed. Left-handed at that. Okay, there's my 3 tablespoons of mix in there. And I already measured 2 tablespoons of water. So that's going in. And I'll just stir it up. All stirred up. I'll take it over to the microwave. And put it in for 1 minute. This is a lower wattage microwave. We just got it this week. So I think a minute will still work. Our other one was like double the power. And it doesn't look exactly like a cake you bake in the oven, but it still tastes like cake. Happy New Year! There it is. 1 cake. I just have to add my strawberries to it and my Cool Whip. So I got my frozen strawberries. I decided to go ahead and have it for breakfast while I wait for lunch. I like a lot of juice. There's my strawberries in there. And a dab of Cool Whip. It looks like breakfast to me. I'm making up biscuit mix too. This is my mom's recipe. And so what I do, that bag has 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of soda. And then when I'm ready, that makes 6 biscuits. And when I get ready to bake it, all I have to do is add 1 cup of buttermilk, 4 tablespoons of lard, and bake it at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And that's my biscuit mix. And then I do another one that makes 3 biscuits. And it's just half as many as ingredients. So that would be a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, and an 1/8 teaspoon of soda. And then you would mix it with a half cup of buttermilk and 2 tablespoons of melted shortening or lard, and bake it the same, 400 degrees for 20 minutes. So it's handy to have, and it doesn't have any extra ingredients in it. This is Saturday, November the 19th, and we've had 2 good frosts, so now we're planting our garlic. We ordered the garlic back in the summer and have been holding on to it. And so I'm making my holes there and putting the garlic in it, and I'm putting bone meal down with it. So I'm going to plant it down through there. I got the holes all dug, the fertilizer put in, and the garlic bulbs in. Only thing left to do is cover it up. Yeah, it's all covered and garlic's planted. Going to do onions this afternoon. We got our onions all planted. We got 3 rows. And there's the rutabagas down there in the middle. But we ordered 50, and there's about 75 onions planted there. And we still got a few more left over we might put in the regular garden. Not sure what we're going to do with them. They're just little tiny things. But we're glad to get the onions in and the garlic, and it's all watered. It's Sunday morning, so you know where we're going. That's Jimmy and Ruth in front of us. They're going there too. This is just a little snippet of the sermon for Thanksgiving.
And I hope that we never fail to always stop on that Thanksgiving Day. Don't get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of preparation and eating and families uniting. That's a glorious thing, and enjoy every bit of it. But don't forget that this day is set aside as a day of thanks, that we should remember to be thankful to our Lord and Savior for all that He's given us.
It's Sunday evening now, and we're on our way to church to the Thanksgiving dinner fellowship, so it's going to be some good food before long. It's time to eat. Look at that ham, rice, turkey, casseroles, gravy, mashed potatoes, more casseroles, carrots, macaroni and cheese, green bean casserole.
No, mains.
This is their table. Cupcakes. My pie didn't turn out. It just kind of it didn't set. There's more things. That looks good. Oh, is that brownie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. You know what? I've never tried this before. It's the Ghirardelli Ultimate Chocolate Brownies, and they got like a fudge pack in them. They're really, they're great.
I'm going to have one of those.
And I baked them right because it was that.
We saw 4 deer right beside the road, but my camera was in my purse. Time I got it out, they were gone. This is our regular garden. Today is Tuesday, November the 22nd. Larry's digging up a blackberry plant he had growing there. He's going to plant along the fence with the others. There's another one he's going to dig up. Anyway, he tilled half the garden up yesterday while I was at Betty's. We still got our cattle panels down through there. And he made a makeshift divider down the middle to keep the chickens out. So they still got the other half of the garden. But they were in here when he tilled it, and they were liking that with all the seeds and bugs and whatever they were finding. We planted our leftover onions here between the fence and the cattle panel. And these are the little ones that were left. And there's almost 40 of them. So we'll see if they live or not. Over here we planted the garlic that was left over. So we got all that done now. All out in there, Larry planted, scattered the seeds for kale, rutabagas, lettuce, cauliflower, collards. So that's all scattered in there. If it comes up, he's going to let chickens eat it. But I might get some kale. This is our old gate into the chicken area, and it was just falling apart, so we had to replace it. So we've been working this morning. Larry happened to have an extra post, and we got the gate that was on the back, so we put the gate up and then just latticed. This is to keep the chickens in and replace that old plastic fence that was falling apart. We're taking turns digging a hole for the post. George is supervising. We had to put the chickens all in the pen so they wouldn't get out while we worked. George is having his after lunch cleanup. We're still out here working on the gate. We're done. We kind of cobbled it together, but the chickens won't know the difference. And we'll be able to go in and out the gate now a lot easier than moving that other one the way it was. George thinks it's playtime. I baked rolls to take for Thanksgiving tomorrow. These are the frozen Rhodes rolls. They come in a bag. So got those and one over here. We had to taste one to make sure it was done right. So they're all good. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We've got so much to be thankful for. I hope you all are counting your blessings today. We've got our ham about ready to heat. We're going to go to our granddaughter Stephanie's for Thanksgiving dinner today. So going to be lots of good food there. I got rolls all ready to take. And I got a takeout for Betty because she didn't want to go, so I'm going to take her some food. Here's my Mrs. Smith's pumpkin pie, and I've got Cool Whip to put on top of it when we take it. This is the dessert, what's left. We had pumpkin pie, and I think that's maybe Mississippi Mud something, and pecan pie, chocolate chip cookies. There's another layer down there.
Are you done yet?
Oops. Chocolate chip cookies, brownies, tea and lemonade. Here in the kitchen, got sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole, ham, there's dressing, and deep fried turkey, rolls, macaroni and cheese,
I ain't got enough air in my breath to blow up balloons.
mashed
That's as big
potatoes,
as it's getting.
and
I
gravy.
get dizzy.
That was after a lot of people ate all they wanted.
So it'd be hard to tell.
Tammy's getting a game together for the kids to play. Something like escape room. But they're all outside and we're in here watching her get things ready.
Earlier. The yellow balloon goes in the sock. What was the question? What can't be used unless broken, which is an egg?
Start here. Complete first.
If y'all, I say red.
Steph, did you lift the balloon first?
Nope, clue.
You cheated.
What's that mean?
Glue.
Did y'all get it right?
You're not working together long.
It's 4 legs but doesn't walk.
chair.
A table.
A chair.
Oh, look under
A
the
chair.
table.
Oh, I found it.
See there? Who did that? I rotate but not the earth. I am in your kitchen.
Oh, it's the caterpillar.
What loaded and unloaded, but isn't?
Dishwasher.
Figure out the number. So, okay, 4, 6, 7, 8.
So I need to make one harder next
They're already
time.
least graded.
It took me a week to come up with that.
We did.
8, 4, 6, 7.
I did 8, 6, 7, 4.
Okay, got that.
What they're doing here is after they've solved all the riddles, they got the numbers and they needed the numbers in the right order to open a combination lock that had the prizes in it. So they were trying different number combinations so they could get the prize. And they did it. But it was so much noise in the background, I just had to do a voiceover. That was Cool Whip.
Are you ready?
Ready
Oh
Whip.
yeah, you gotta get it high in the air so you can touch it.
Oh, I got that.
Got it on her face.
I'm here at Betty's.
And I'm in front of the washing machine. Laura's here smiling broadly. She's brought me some food for Thanksgiving. And so I'm going to get fat. Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, I'm talking to David and Jill, mostly Jill, saying Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Okay, thank you. Well, this is rosemary that I picked and dried. So I've been picking it off here and putting it in a bowl. I had quite a bit. The whole table was covered with it. So just picking it off and putting it in there, and I'll grind it up and we can use it. But been doing this for over an hour. But about to get it done. But it's going to be quite a bit of rosemary. Smells good. Makes my fingers all funny looking. Larry had an old grinder in the building he found, and he's going to grind the chicken feet up for Laverne and Shirley so it'll be a little finer. He's going to try it and see if it works. We changed the grinder wheel to see what this one does.
That's probably better.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah.
There's the
It's still a
wheel we
little
were
bigger,
using.
but that's perfect size there. But that's better.
Well, they're pretty big. They're getting growing, so.
Extra cabbage I'm going to give to the chickens at least. I've been giving them to them off and on. Don't want to give them too much, they get diarrhea.
I just got done talking to Matt and Mindy. They had a nice Thanksgiving.
A couple more times.
Here's how big it is to start with.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
All of our animals have healthy appetites. Yep, guess that's it. This is Friday, and Larry set the tree stump on fire again. So it's burning inside. There's a little hole there at the bottom, smoke's coming out. A minute ago, there was smoke coming out here at the backside too, out of a hole. But it's slowly burning up. It rains, so it's nice and cool, or damp, won't spread. I just got back from Betty's. We put away her Thanksgiving Halloween decorations and got out her Christmas wreaths. I feel the heat. Larry used his grinder for the chicken feed this morning. Now this afternoon I'm using mine for the sage leaves to start with. I pulled them all off the stems this morning. It's grinding pretty good. That looks pretty fine. Almost got it all done. Oh, that's a nice amount. It's all done. That ought to last me quite a while. That's just a pill bottle that I'm storing it in. This is all the rosemary that I pulled off the stems. So I'm going to go ahead and grind it up. Well, on the left is what I'm starting with, and on the right is after it's ground. And it is all ground. I'm done with the rosemary. This little one is how much we had. And then this is from the new batch. And that jar on the left was a boughten rosemary, a part of a set, and I just dumped it out and used the jar. So all 4 of those are today's rosemary ground up. It's Sunday morning and we're on our way to Sunday school. It's been a little bit rainy this morning, just light rain, not much. I hope we get more. It's supposed to around 10. We're having the hanging of the green ceremony for our service this morning. We're here. We left after Sunday school because Tammy and Michael would bring us a load of pecan wood. There it is. They're going in the shed. We got the wood all in here where we can split it, the dry and the wet. Keep it separate. We're out here. Larry got a new electric chainsaw. I got it for him for Christmas. And there's the tree limb, pecan tree limb that Donald called us about.
Oh, it's a safety.
Yeah.
If you let go, it'll quit. You have to hold it.
That's the first time using the chainsaw. We got all the small pieces cut and cleaned up. Now Larry's trying a big one.
Yeah.
That's a 16-inch chain.
Goes through pretty good.
So he got it. I'll show you what we got so far. We got all these small pieces. They'll be good in the mornings when we're getting the fire going. It's dry wood. We're stopping for now, but this is how much we cut. Got 2 big ones, and I helped Larry cut this one right here. Let me show you what it looks like from the top. And here's a top view of it. So, it was worth making the trip. And there's still the big ones back there to get. Well, we got all the small trimmed away, so that'll go pretty fast, except for being heavy. This is a nice day. This is Tuesday. And it is 1:53 in the afternoon and 73 degrees. Good evening. This is Wednesday, November the 30th. December starts tomorrow and it'll be everything Christmas season. But the sky is kind of pretty. One big long paper trail across. It's been nice today. We had rain this morning. We really needed the rain. So we got some. We could use more, but we'll take what we can get. Yeah, hello. George says, good night. God bless.